When we talk about spiritual housekeeping, what do we actually mean? What does that kind of bring up in your mind, I guess, really? So for me, spiritual housekeeping is basically keeping our home psychically and spiritually cleansed and clear from an energetic perspective. So we know that from a spiritual perspective, everything is energy. And when we clean our homes physically, we clean all the kind of detritus, the physical things that we can see, the dust, anything that's in the room and space, really, off our sofas, carpets, off our floors, off our windows. But we need to think about the fact that we're in a spiritual space that resonates with a different vibratory frequency, and therefore that space also needs to be kept clean, kept clear energetically. And we also know that most of us, we live in a house, but we also go to work. So our workspaces need to be cleansed and cleared. And I guess the workspaces is the part for me that most people tend to forget, really. We think about smudging our room, smudging our office, smudging our house, but no one really thinks too much about where they work. And of course, most of us spend most of our time at work, really. So we're spending more time in the office or the place that we work than we are in our clean house or clean bedroom from a kind of psychic perspective. So learning to clear our workspaces or thinking about how we can clear our workspaces is quite an interesting, quite a good conversation to be having, really. Because, of course, workspaces are collecting sort of energetic dust in that way, emotions, thoughts, vibrations that really don't belong to us. So we think about more negative places, people or places where people are in fear. So straight away for me comes up with kind of ideas of hospitals. People are going in there, they've been given bad news, or they've found problems with their physical body, or the doctors or medical doctor surgery. They're going in, anxiety, a bit apprehensive, probably fearful of what the doctor's likely to say. So you can imagine that when you go into those spaces, you're kind of walking into a spiritually unclean space energetically. And if you happen to be a doctor or a nurse or some sort of caregiver, then of course you're working and living in and around that space as well. So you're in and around all of those emotions, thoughts, feelings, and vibrations.